only 10% of for sale by owner sellers are successful. Let's look at an active for sale by owner listing and go through what they should do to get their home sold for top dollar so that you know what to do the first time around. I'm James Renfro, a trusted San Diego realtor. I've been in this crazy business since 1989. I've seen all the ups and downs, and I take what I've learned and focus on educating my clients so that they can make the best decisions for their family. Because ultimately, that's what it's all about. And I would like to do the same for you. So follow along or reach out if you need help. Now let's hop into today's video. Most for sale by owner sellers aren't successful when they try to sell their home, and we covered the reasons why in one of my last videos. If you decide to go the FSBO route, I want you to be successful. So I thought the best way to help you would be by learning from other people's mistakes. We're going to look at an active for sale by owner listing and break down what they can do better and what they should do to get their home sold, and not just sold, but sold for top dollar. Okay, so we found this home here at 321 San Lucas Drive in Solana Beach. It's pretty similar to a home that I sold in La Jolla, so I thought I would use this. I think it would be a pretty good example. And so let's dig in and first just look at the photos. And so what strikes me immediately is it's really dark. You can't see the front door hardly, and there's lots of shadows really everywhere. And the whole home's not visible. We have the mailbox in the just right up front. Second photo, I think they're wanting to highlight the front of the house, but the front of the house is so dark they don't have any of the lights on, and it's just full of shadow. So there was no flash used here to fill in or anything like that. And let's see, here's another shot trying to get the entire house, and still they don't have the entire house. So maybe the wrong lens was used. And again, really, really dark. And backyard, same thing, just lots of dark, shadowy spaces. This trampoline probably should have been taken down, and maybe these plants as well. They look pretty rough. So I would think they would want to highlight this. It looks like an outdoor barbecue or outdoor kitchen kind of thing, but we only see just a small portion of it, and then a bunch, kind of a mishmash of not so good exterior plants and more shadows. Okay, so let's compare the photography. Okay, so let's look at the photography at this La Jolla home. And so right off the bat, we see that this is a different kind of photo. So this is what an architectural photographer would do on a twilight photo shoot. And you can see all of the exterior and interior lights are on. This shot is actually taken, it's about 10 photos actually, 10 or more photos put together. So first the photographer will expose the sky and get a perfect shot of what the sky looks like. And then they'll take a picture of just the light coming out of the windows, and they'll expose those so that they're perfect and you can see into all the rooms. And then they'll take a third set of photos that are the exterior and expose for that. So they'll take a strobe, really big, powerful strobe, and flash, 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 flash all over the exterior, and then bring all those photos together for a shot like this, which is not natural to the eye, but it's obviously a great advertising photo. And continue this into the backyard, same thing, where you can see into each one of the rooms. It's a real warm and kind of cozy picture. It's inviting. It's a place that you would want to visit, at least in my opinion. There are no really major shadows. Of course there are some, but it's still bright and easy to see the home. And again, it's done the same way, where the the sky was exposed, and then the interior of the rooms, and then a strobe was brought in to light up the house. So when all of the pictures were brought together, it really just shows like a gorgeous home. So let's go back to this property and see if we can see some of the interior shots. And so here's the living room, and right off the bat we look at this just super bright spot, what they would call a hot spot in a photo. And then consequently the interior of the room is really dark because the camera is adjusting itself to this really bright exterior, and so all the rest of the room you can barely see, and that continues on where they, like in this shot, they didn't have any of the lights on, not in this room. Also, these bath mats shouldn't have been out. They really take away from the floor, and it would have been better for them just to roll those up and put them in one of the cabinets. Here's the master bedroom. We're not really seeing the bedroom, we're seeing some furniture, and so we're not trying to sell furniture, we're trying to sell a house. We also have that same feel where we have these really bright spots. Let's go back. This should have probably been removed. We don't need the exercise bicycle, and part of the thing that we want to do is help people picture their furniture, their things in your house. So if we under furnish the property, we'll have a lot better opportunity to do that. And then here, this closet photography or photo should have never been included. It's really busy, and it's got clothes and personal belongings in it, and it's something we would never include in a listing. And then, so here's one of the pool room, which also looks to be the front entry, and we have a maybe it's a side, I'm not sure, but there's a door here. So, but we can see a truck outside, and then it's super bright. We did get the lights on in this photo, but it's still very, very dark, and so not very inviting in my opinion. And here the same, we have a dark floor, it's not well lit, the underneath side of the table is just full of shadows, and yeah. So that's it for the photography on that home. Let's just look at some interior shots on what a professional would do. And so here we get the feeling we're walking in the front door, and here's, we're trying to tell a story here with the photos, and we notice that everything's bright and sunny. We can see out all the windows, and there's no hot spots. The room in every spot is pretty well lit. You can see through all the windows again. I won't take you through all these, but it'll give you an idea of the difference. So here's the master, and we can again see through all the windows. It's well exposed. This is actually a composite shot as well. And here you'll notice they even added fire into the fireplace, which is an advantage for a photographer as well. So now, next, getting past the photos, let's talk about descriptions. And so we'll go to the San Lucas description. Location, 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 rare single level interior lot in Isla Verde without golf course noise or disruption, with a large private yard. It's kind of funny. Apparently they don't have a golf course view, and so to mask that, they're saying without the disruption, which can be an advantage, but usually the golf course view is actually worth more money. But easy access to freeways, beaches, and racetrack, all points east. Okay, so the description reads like a list of advantages to buy the property, which there's nothing wrong with that, except that we're trying to we sell homes on emotion, not on a list of what the home's available features are. And so, you know, in this particular description, we did start off the same way with $10 million views, searching for a slice of paradise in La Jolla. You'll feel a million miles away from the stresses of everyday life as you enjoy the stunning vistas on display in this impressive residence. And you know, then it goes on to talk about sure delight even the most discerning chef. Your kitchen is thoroughly designed for the avid cook. And then it does give some descriptions, but you'll notice that as you read through it, it talks about a warming fireplace, after a long day, unwind on the expansive patio, etc., etc. It's creating a feeling and a lifestyle, if you will, for the reasons why you would want to live in this particular home. So next, and of course, now I didn't even write this actually. I hire a professional copywriter to do all these for me, and you can too as a for sale by owner. There are a number of different people that professionally write real estate descriptions, and certainly something I would suggest. And again, going for the feeling as opposed to a laundry list of items that your property has. We're not selling a used car, we're selling a lifestyle. So next, a brochure. So for this particular home, I created this brochure. It's on a heavy stock. It is 8 pages, full bleed, very nice piece that is really designed for somebody to take home with them once they've viewed the property. So we want to have that warm and cuddly feeling, and we want to remind them of that when they leave and have something to refer back to. And so this is the perfect piece to do that. And it's something that I suggest. You take the photos from your professional photographer and then take them to a graphic artist and have them printed. So next, single property website, and that's what we've been looking at. And so this particular website, the URL is 5786 La Jolla Mesa Drive, which is the address for the property. And I built this website. It's really pretty easy to do. They have lots of websites out, or web companies, I guess, that help you to build a website, and so it can be done through one of those vendors. So next, we got just listed postcards. So this is the one that we do, and we suggest you do that and send them to all the neighbors in the area. The reason we send to neighbors is because a lot of times people in your neighborhood are interested in having family and friends live close to them, and they're a great source, and you want them to know and have the opportunity to purchase your home. So this is the piece that we send out. And it's a nice piece that we actually do in a silver envelope so that it just doesn't get thrown away right off the bat. And we use a really nice script and in hopes that people open it because it's a really nice piece. Next, we talked about in a previous video for sale by owners that you should get your property listed on the MLS. And the obvious reason there is that Zillow and Realtor.com and the other third-party websites, they're not places where realtors look. And so a lot of people, especially people in San Diego, if they're going to be spending $500,000 and up for a home, they're typically going to have a realtor out showing property. And we want to have the property on your property in front of the most eyeballs as possible, right? And so getting it on the MLS is really important to make it happen. Next, for this particular home, we did a lifestyle video, and let's just take a look here. So you obviously don't have to do this, but again, we're talking about that feeling that we're trying to create. And so this can be a great place to start. We start with the proximity to the beach in this photo. And then it's all about the feelings. You'll notice the water, you're gonna see the doors open, and we're gonna see lots of view pictures, and so it's lifestyle that we're advertising here. Next, especially on a high-end home, you want to think about doing a 3D tour. So we'll just go here to start. Now this is the dollhouse view, they call it, and what you can do, it's the floor plan, and you can look at all the specific rooms from above, and say we want to go here to the living room. We'll just go ahead and click a button, and we're in the living room. And so we can look at the floor, we can look at the ceiling, we can close up on switches and just whatever, and we can move around the house, and we can rotate 360, we can go into each room, we can, let's see, somewhere here, we should be able to go outside, we won't bother with that right now, and we can see close up. So this is a great thing to use for bringing your home to people that can't come and view it personally. We've gotten offers just off of a 3D tour because people were in a different state or a different country, but they were able to walk through the home room by room and look at everything from flooring to just layout, you name it. They can see it through this style of technology, which is fantastic. Next, you may want to consider, as a for sale by owner, since you don't have a network of agents, that you create a flyer and you take it to the individual brokerages and drop it off and ask whoever you meet at the door to go ahead and post it in the brokerage, so that you're letting local agents know about your home and know that you're interested in selling it. And then last of the 10 things that I listed that you can do is also to advertise in a newspaper or magazine. On all my listings, I list them in the View magazine. This has a 100,000 upscale home distribution here in San Diego County, and it's a great place to advertise all of the properties that I list for sale. And so that is a place where you too, as a for sale by owner, should consider getting the word out about your home, because again, it's all about eyeballs on your property. And of course, the more eyeballs that are on your property, the more interest there will be. The more interest there will be, the more actual showings that you have. The more showings that you have, the more offers you'll get. The more offers you get, the higher the price. So those are the items where you can really enhance your ability to sell as a for sale by owner. A couple of the things that you can't do are things that would be too costly. For instance, putting your show on a commercial, your home on a commercial. So shooting your own commercial, obviously, and advertising it on television would be something that would be awfully expensive. But for Coldwell Banker, we have a TV show every Sunday. And for instance, this particular property had this ad run, and so that's something that we bring to the table. It obviously would be too expensive as a for sale by owner. The other thing that we bring to the table is our strength and size. So Coldwell Banker has been around for 116 years, and we're a very trusted brokerage. We have over 100,000 agents, and we have offices in 41 different countries. And so where that's an advantage, especially in a luxury listing, but really in all listings, is that our reach is global. And because of that, for instance, all of our luxury listings are also translated into 16 different languages. So people all around the world are looking at your home in their native language, and they have an opportunity to learn about it wherever they live. And so again, it's all about more eyes on your property, and unfortunately, that's something you cannot duplicate as a for sale by owner. So if you decide to sell with a realtor, please know that I'm here to guide you through this ever-changing market. Don't let just anybody help you sell your most valuable asset. fill out the questionnaire below and let me take care of the rest. Thanks for sticking around. I hope this video was helpful. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.